Good morning, everybody. Alright, we are in Bakersfield, northbound on 99. Just passing by the Highway 65 cutoff up to Porterville. It's time to make our delivery of the last load that we picked up at the Sanderson Farms plant in Tyler, Texas. Load of chicken. Delivering it to the Walmart DC here in Shafter. I have been here several times before, and most, if not all, of those deliveries were also on my channel. Alright, so getting off here at 7th Standard Road to Merle Haggard Way, whatever, exit 31. Gonna head west on 7th Standard. Alright, running a little bit tight on the ETA though. And not really my fault there. I was on my way here and going through Tehachapi. I just gotten past where the Flying J and Loves are at there in Tehachapi when turned out the westbound lanes of Highway 58 were closed for a trailer fire. I think with me stopped at the light here might be a good time for me to maybe show that footage of that. So you might see that from the footage, it looks like it might have been a trailer brake fire. It didn't burn an entire trailer. It looked like they got to it pretty damn fast, but not fast enough to probably cause the trailer to be written off. Wasn't quite all the way in gear when I started accelerating, and it sometimes happens where it's like it's just enough in gear where I can work with it, but if I don't keep my hand on it firmly and I let off, sometimes I gotta let off the throttle just a tad and then keep pushing to get it the rest of the way in. Just a timing thing there. Alright, so I did get delayed by that for, I don't know, 15 minutes, something, or 20, or I don't really even know. I know I was sitting at a dead stop on 58 for a bit though because of it. I was on track to be here probably by before 7 o'clock. It is currently 7:12. Probably be around 7:20, 7:25-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood. I believe when I'll be getting into the, making it onto Walmart's property. It's not too bad. Alright, so since picking up the load, my 14. Now I talked in that pickup video about how the airbags on this trailer felt like they were deflated. I wasn't sure why at first, but then when I got to the Loves and Van, which is only 25 miles or so from the shipper, I went ahead and parked and took a good look, and sure enough, all 4 of the airbags were fully deflated, or close to fully deflated. So it was no surprise to me either, because the way the trailer was riding, it definitely felt like it was deflated. Then it became the question of, is it pissing out the air so the airbags cannot deflate, or is it just the valve not letting air into the airbags? So it turned out it was the air, the valve not letting the air in. I suspect the leveling rod input arm was hooked up backwards 180 degrees out. However, this trailer is set up a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing where the leveling valve is located. Maybe I'll show you while I'm in the dock door how it's set up. So now I and then I can talk more about that, and while we're kind of do some show and tell there, I guess, while we're in the dock door. Might be helpful to some of you guys, but yeah, I'll talk a little bit more detail about that. All right, so my 14-hour clock was also starting to run down, and I had to get through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I could not go the way I wanted to go because of traffic delays. And I've talked in the past about when I go through DFW, a lot of times I like to take Interstate 20 all the way across over to the Fort Worth area. This was a prime example of where that definitely came into play. Because the way I really would like to have gone would have been US 80 from Terrell over to I-635, and then I-635 across and around to what's that highway, 201? Work my way over to, eventually work my way over to Highway 114. I then take 114 across, right past Texas Motor Speedway, and end up getting onto 287 just outside of Rome, Texas. That's what I wanted to do, but the map showed traffic delays on that route, so I didn't want to go that way. And then because the time of morning also, I-30 getting into the downtown Dallas area was also a problem with delays, so I'm not going that way. It looked pretty green all the way across I-20, so I went ahead and took that route instead. I ended up shutting down that night at Pilot in Henrietta, Texas, about 20 miles or so south of Wichita Falls. I gotta watch myself. It's still green here. As a reminder, these lights are timed with cars stopping ability in mind and not a truck, so I don't want to be going the speed limit or even above it when I'm approaching a traffic light. I always like to be doing a good 5 miles an hour below the speed limit when I'm approaching a traffic light, especially one that I think, like that one, had a really good chance of turning red on me. Alright, so I ended up stopping there. I like stopping there because it got Steak and Shake and Texas Best Smokehouse, or whatever you call it. It's Texas Best Barbecue Smokehouse, whatever you call the place. They have several of those locations in the area, throughout the DFW region. Maybe not the greatest barbecue food in the world, but it's definitely no complaints for me about the quality either way. All right, we are almost to the industrial park that Walmart is at. This big warehouse right here is the Target DC. I believe they opened up the road. In fact, I know they did because last time I came through here, there was a C.R. England guy pulling a Walmart trailer. Or, yeah, I think they were pulling a Walmart. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was an OTR regular C.R. England trailer, but I remember they ended up making this right turn right here onto West Beltway. And I was like, why are they going that way? That road doesn't go all the way through, because I tried to go that way before and used to be closed off, but apparently they paved it and it goes around now. And how I know that is because when I took the way I normally take, which is this street coming up here, where that street curves around and runs into, that I'm going to intersect with on this road. I saw that same C.R. England truck coming across that street that I know that used to be closed. So I have a couple options here. You don't have to just take the one way. This is Zachary Avenue, wonderful industrial park. Fanucci Way. Alright, so after that I ended up running, 675 or so miles, whatever it was, to Arizona. Where did I stop in there? No, I didn't stop in Arizona. I stopped in Gallup. I intentionally stopped in Gallup because I wanted to stop at the TA and finally get around to changing my steer axle brakes, which I did get done. Also got the rotor replaced that was needing replacement. I'm going to need to move left over here. It took a little bit of time though. On my 10-hour break, and about half that time was with my truck in one bay or another. Now, the longest time was getting the brakes replaced. I don't know if they got that all done. And I wanted to get an alignment done as well because there was definitely some evidence on my tires that my alignment might be off. So went ahead and got that taken care of. Alright, we're gonna have a stop sign up here. There'll be a Ross distribution center up here on the left side. We're gonna go right along the south side of it. Anyway, brakes were done. Then I moved over to a different repair bay to get the alignment done. They tried to do that. He was trying to make an adjustment on my on the rods for my tie rods, or my tie rod ends, whatever. But I guess when he was trying to break the torque on the right side, it wasn't working. I mean, he wasn't able to break the torque, and he was concerned about snapping the bolt, or basically shearing the bolt off. And if that happened, I would have been broke down until Monday, today, when they could get the part, basically a new tie rod for it. So he did the smart thing and backed off and said, you know what, I'm just going to let the driver know. I can't break this torque without putting a high risk of that breakdown situation. So went ahead and put me back on the road, and got rolling again. Ran from there over to my house, ended up doing a full 24-hour break at the house. Got there about 4:30 in the morning yesterday. So, and I left the house it was actually just about 24 hours. Because I got rolling this morning just a hair before 4 a.m. So, I got some quality time at home with family, so that was always nice. It's one thing about pushing the pace, and one thing I do love about driving for JCT is since we do so much freight in California, and I live here, there are an abundant number of opportunities for me to do 10-hour breaks at my house on the way to or from customers. Okay, we're going to make a right turn here on the South Driver, and you see that big warehouse right there on the left side. That'll be the Walmart DC. I see a couple of trucks parked over there, but I think they're just parked camping out. I don't normally see a huge line of trucks trying to get into this DC. I've seen a few times where maybe there's a few trucks in line there, but definitely not all the way to the driveway that I can recall, at least. Or maybe not. I do remember a Walmart DC that I made a delivery to where I had to sit and wait in the street for the driveway to clear, making a left turn, and I don't remember if it was this one or a different one, but oh well. Anyway. Yeah, that guy's parked. Ah, damn it. freaking light changes right when I'm in the middle of changing gears, and I was expecting to drop into fifth, but then when I let off my brake pedal, I quit losing the speed that way. I normally look for about 15 miles an hour before I drop into fifth, but because I let off the brake pedal, because of the light changing, never actually made it to 15, so then I was like, shit, should I go back into sixth, or kind of caught me in that in-between area there. And I do see a couple of Sierra Englands over here in line. Right up here on the northeast end of the lot is where you're going to turn in, and right lane. These guys are pretty fast at the guard shack too. You don't even get out of your truck to check in. Yeah, they'll just come right up to you like you see them doing right there. My current time is 7:25. I have a 7:45 appointment time, so I actually managed to make it here with a little bit of time to spare. Again, want to be checked in at the office by 7:45 ideally. And that means getting docked in first. Checked in here and docked in first. So I should be fine. And they're usually pretty quick here about getting through the guard shack, and yeah, it's just a matter of how much time these guys are going to take from me to get to the dock door, perhaps. We'll see. Alright guys, we are ready to dock in here. I'm going to be docking into door 226. It'll be in the same section that I normally always dock into when I'm here. It'll be on the other side of the receiving office. Got a couple ways to get in over there. It looks like I have options, both options easily available. There's nobody over here in the 400 wing to block me, so I'll probably just go ahead and come this way like I normally do. Now, this trailer has the wire seal on it, I mean a cable seal, so, and I do have to cut it myself. This is where it does pay to have the right equipment to get the job done. A wire cutter would be, a cable cutter would be great. I have a pair of bolt cutters that I got from one of the truck stops. It works just fine on cable. It just got to be quick and hard. You know, well, not necessarily even that hard. Just firm with it, I guess. Quick and firm, I guess I would say. It usually cuts it in one shot. Alright, so yeah, we are going to get slowed down just a tad by the Sierra England drivers. Why is he trying to... Alright, so 226 is right over here by Hirschbach. Actually, I won't even... you know what? I don't even... No. I got it wide open here, so I'm going to go ahead and... I can do an offset blindside or something right here. I'll easily get into the dock door. And I'm going to have plenty of room to get my doors open and all that, so... Yeah, my trailer's right in front of that door, it looks like, so... I'll just have to stop short a few feet so I can get my doors open. Really well lined up there. Okay, so get my doors open and we'll finish docking. disconnect. Alright, pull forward. There we go. Alright, so we'll check in over at the office, which is directly over here to my right. We get checked in, and then I'll show you the air ride system I was talking about, the leveling valve, just in case you're not familiar. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you guys a little bit here with the air ride system. Not too much here, just a simple little fix stuff for what could be a problem. Since I'm already over here, sometimes trailers will have a valve right about here. This one does not, that's why I can't show you it, but sometimes you'll see a box right there with the valve on it. That'll be a dump valve for the air ride system. Now this one doesn't have it, so when the airbags are deflated, that's the first thing I check, is make sure that valve is in the correct position, that it's in the normal position, not in the dump position. Alright, now okay, we got our bags right here hooked up. We got air coming in. Right over here is the leveling valve. Now normally this leveling valve sits lower. As you see where that arm is at, it's actually hitting on the hose. Normally I see that arm in the opposite direction. I ended up disconnecting that arm earlier because rotated it 180 degrees out to where it normally is, but when I did that, I was also concerned about, if I hooked it back up, was the rod going to actually start interfering on the frame, on the trailer's frame now, and be at risk of breaking. That's the only reason I hooked it back up the same way it is, it originally was. But I made it all the way across from, from van to here with the airbag still holding air. So I still suspect that I don't think the bags have as much air in them as they really should have, but it still has it's still holding air. I don't have any problems with any of the pallets not holding on either. I didn't have any load shift or load fall off pallets and stuff from too much bouncing around, so that's good. Keep in mind too, it was Texas, so they're naturally notorious for having very bouncy roads. And that's a simple thing there. All I had to do was disconnect basically hook a crescent wrench up on one side, and then a ratchet on the other side, and disconnect the input arm, or the rod. I'll show you that. Alright, so this part, this bolt right there, all I have to do is disconnect that, and then rotate the arm clockwise 180 degrees, and that got the airbags to inflate. Again, I would have ideally liked to have it sitting aft, because usually on any other trailer, that's the position that it's normally in. Let me see if maybe we can get a look at how this one's set up on this Walmart trailer. This doesn't even have airbags. Never mind. This has leaf springs. So much for that. So anyway, we just hooked it back up and off it went. We're good. All right, well, let's continue this when it's time to dock out, right? All right, guys, it's time for it to dock out. Let's hook it back up. Got our bells, didn't have any issues at all. Let me raise my bags up. All right, yeah, got good pressure there. I don't know if this guy broke down or what. Looks like he could definitely go for some more washer fluid though. Alright, back and back up so I can get that wheel chock out. I'm going to pull out, but this guy is right here. Just keep an eye here. It's yeah, ideally I want to move when he's inside his truck. Alright, yeah, we're good. I'm going to pull forward. I need to double check that I got my load lock back. Looks like he's getting ready to jump back out, but I need to get my load lock. Hey, I'm getting ready to pull out. Just want to let you know, okay? Alright, we're good. Yeah, he's underneath this truck. Just want to make sure he's aware. So I wouldn't want to see him pull his feet out and get right into the path of one of my tires. Probably was fine anyway, but it's definitely better to communicate like that, make sure he's okay. Alright, if I can get out of here. I don't have a lot to work with. I have 255 left on my 70 right now. Come on, England. I'm sure you're looking for your trailer, but I can't tell if he's sitting there waiting for the shag driver, like just in case he resets, or if he's waiting for the shag driver so he can get to his trailer or something. I don't know. I mean, he's a bobtail, so I assume he's trying to find his trailer. Yeah, kind of looking like, yeah, he's kicking out. Alright. Alright, anyway, we were only here for just over 2 hours in the dock door. Really just enough to stop my 14-hour clock. That's about it. Not like it was really that a big a deal for me, because all I had to work with today is about 6 hours once I left my house. So that'll put me at about a little over 8 hours. Well, let's call it 8.5, because I did make a quick stop for reefer fuel and a drink and boron on the way over here. I do have a reload. We'll be talking about that in just a second.
You have 3 hours and 8 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, let's get rolling. Alright, so we got 97 degree weather here, by the way. It is 9:55-ish in the morning. Definitely a warm day. They said not quite enough here to be, well, actually, yeah, right on the edge of what would have got me detention pay. Here. I don't know, maybe it's the trailer bouncing off the expansion joints or something. I have gone that way before, but I'm not a fan of going that route. I need to go north. I do have a reload that I'll be picking up sometime today. I don't know, they don't have an appointment time set for it yet, or if they do, they haven't set it for me. Or they haven't mentioned to me yet, but that load will be a produce load of some sort at a shipper I've never been to in Cutler. Cutler would be, if you go right over to where downtown Visalia is, just north of, I mean, if you go, I don't know, maybe 10 miles or so north of Visalia, right over by Dinuba. That would be where my shipper is going to be. I have no idea what kind of produce they have. I just know it's some kind of a produce shipper. I think they call it Wawona or something like that. I think it's frozen citrus though, so I'm kind of curious what I usually frozen it'd be stuff for like drinks or I'm trying to remember what else. But anyway, that'll be where I'll be picking up my next load, and will also be the next video that you're going to see after this one. This is two left turn lanes here. What's this dude's problem? This dude who was behind me at the gate is apparently in a big hurry. Not like I wasn't doing the speed limit and he caught up to me that fast. Now see, he went over the middle lane because I think he has plans on passing me. Mind you, the speed limit is 35 on this street and I'm already doing a bit over, so I don't really care what he does, but shit, man. Be a super trucker for what reason, I don't know. Because I can't handle driving the speed limit, that's why. Yep, there he goes. Okay, so we're just going to end up here taking 7 Standard Road back across to the east and get back on 99 northbound. I'm going to go ahead and stop in at the truck tub, I think is what it's called, in Tulare. Get my trailer washed out there. JCT does have a washout account with that place, so I don't have to pay anything there. Times I have been there, it hasn't been busy at all. Usually I'm the only truck even there, so and from there I'll go up to Visalia, hit State Route 198. Same highway that we used to get over to Lemoore, but instead of going west, you go east and go right into downtown Visalia area, and there's a highway over there that you hit. FedEx. Let's burn up our brakes getting up to this stop sign. because we can't handle driving at normal speed. Speaking of, I told you earlier I got my steer axle brakes replaced. I'm currently at 896,000. I'm going to hit the 897 before I even get onto Highway 58 later. Well, it'll have to be tomorrow.
Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived.
And I just replaced my my steer axle brakes for the first time ever yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before when I got to Gallup. Almost 900,000 miles out of a set of brakes. Imagine that. Why is that? Because I am easy on them. I don't overuse them. I don't use them too hard. I don't brake too hard. I actually do Jake brake when I'm slowing down, at least at the higher speeds. I do. Some people will say don't use your Jake brakes for anything but controlling your speed, but I disagree with that. Now, I don't tend to use I tend to use my Jake brakes to help augment slowing when I'm up above 35, maybe 40 miles an hour. Once I get below 40-ish, maybe 35, somewhere in that neighborhood, I'll go ahead and switch off the Jake brakes and just go service brakes only. But at higher gears, the Jake brakes at least help a little bit, and it's not such a jerky effect. Like I say, if you have a passenger or co-driver sitting in the back trying to sleep, that's something to consider as well. Yeah, let's turn red before I get a chance to even get in the intersection, asshole. Alright, we got two left turn lanes, so I need to get over here in this one. Let's force the drivers in the wrong lane. I don't think, I don't know if he realized that there are two left turn lanes. I think there are three lanes over here though, so we'll see if he can make his turn without encroaching in my lane. Looks good so far. Yeah. Alright, so he was able to make his turn without encroaching at all. Not so bad. Alright, so yeah, a lot of drivers, they only get at most maybe 600,000 out of a set of brakes, if they even get that much. Auto shift trucks probably even worse than that, because those damn things like to coast a lot and not give any natural engine braking effect. There's not much of it on a truck without Jake brakes, but there's at least something. So keep that in mind, guys. I can get that many miles out of a set of brakes, and you can too if you have some of the same habits. Alright, anyway, I don't need to drag this on. You all already know the route here to Highway 99. Just a couple miles straight ahead. And you guys already know where my route's which way I'm going to get to Cutler from here. We'll have a separate video of the Cutler pickup. Don't know how much chit chat I'll be able to have on there since it's immediately after this delivery we just did, though. So I don't know. We'll see. I might make up something else. Actually, I do have a couple of topics that I have noted that I want to talk about eventually, and maybe that'd be a good opportunity there, because no really good updates. So I'll just go ahead and maybe when I do that video, talk about something. One of my an experience I had between. Anyway. So you guys know what to look forward to on the next video, okay? Alright, I'll probably have that one ready for you guys to watch a day after you get this one. That way it gives enough people time to actually keep caught up without getting already another update thrown at them before they even know that this one's up. So yeah, plan on that one being available perhaps a day after you see this one, okay? Alright, you all have a great day. Thanks for hanging out and watching this typically boring Walmart delivery video. And we'll see you guys in Cutler, California. All right, thanks.